I2B is a great initiative uh, which brings together startups, enterprises, and academia. And that is very important, not only in the current times, but in every time. It's about collaborating, it's about cooperating and creating something new and solving the persistent problems or innovation which can be done. Rather than everyone doing something independently, it is important to come together, learn from each other, and it also provides a diverse perspectives, ideas to solve the problems. And in the process, we also learn, oh, someone has done this before, do this better, or someone has done this before, let's not do this again. And the KTech Center of Excellence, Data Science and Artificial Intelligence by NASSCOM, uh, and Indian Institute of Management at Bangalore, and Network AI under the umbrella of Government of Karnataka and Startup Karnataka initiative. We did this exercise in 2020. So going back, uh, I could tell my grandchildren the year was 2020. The world was, you know, fighting against the pandemic, and we were all cooped inside our homes and trying to collaborate and do something productive, do something interesting. And we are pretty happy that what we have done, and the credit should go to all the participants and the people who have guided this initiative. In order to quickly hand over to uh, you know the speakers whom you would want to hear about, once again, I welcome you all for this felicitation ceremony. And with that, I hand it over to Snehanshu, Professor Dinesh, Mr. Katragada, and I will step in at the end to tell more about this innovative world challenge.
Yeah. Thanks, KK. There's one small, 30-second intervention I want to do. We've got a very special guest today, Mr. Sunil Vijlani, who has been working with us on various projects. The day he heard, Mr. Sunil Vijlani is an investor, and with him we are working on not less than some $15-20 million worth of different requirements. The day he heard the story of Network.ai, he said, I want to be part of this story. And we are already discussing, investments in that part with Mr. Sunil. Welcome, Mr. Sunil.
Thank you. Hello, guys. Good evening.
Yeah. So this is a momentous occasion for us. His presence also adds a lot of charm to the whole story, that there are a lot of people watching what we're doing. And this was like a 15-minute without pitch discussion that we had, which turned out to a very, very interesting discussion between Mr. Sunil and us. And we hope to close whatever we want to close soon. That puts a lot of pressure on us to ensure whatever we do is going to be very interesting, is going to be very useful for participants, the ecosystem players, and everybody else. And that's my 30-second KK.
Thank you, Anand. Over to you, Snehanshu.
Thank you so much, KK. Thank you so much, Anand. Thanks everybody for joining. In today, a very special occasion for us at the KTech Center of Excellence for Data Science and AI. Not many of you would know what we do, so maybe spending a few seconds talking about who we are, what we do. Basically, we were formed 3 years back with 4 specific objectives. The first and foremost was in trying to foster disruptive innovation and entrepreneurial ecosystem. The second one is around how do we bring in deep research, applied research in areas that the industry prescribes and the government prescribes. Third one is very specifically in terms of how do you enhance the consumption of data science and AI solutions. And fourth is around creation of quality human capital. This particular initiative that we have taken obviously falls under the whole endeavor on our part to enhance the consumption of data science and AI solution. And we call this co-innovation. Innovate to build as a brand that we have created. The whole idea is very simple, that we look at it as a new age collaboration paradigm. We are trying to bring in enterprises, we're trying to bring in startups and academia to work with each other. And we try and use this as a forum to create disruptive solutions, something that is also scalable. And that is where our role really comes in as a mentor. And through the efforts of our ecosystem partners, we try and create these innovative solutions, something that we'll see and talk a lot more about through the course of this event. Now, this is, as I said, it's a participative platform where we are enabling enterprises, startups to sort of get access to quality solutions in a manner that is very, very collaborative, and something that is also an affordable way of getting into this world. How does it work? Very, very simple. We source problem statements from the industry. We bring in the right kind of collaboration partners to work with us. We handle the process through the course of its workflow, evaluate the solutions, and finally set up a panel to decide and select the winners, and which is the stage that we are in. Very, very happy the way it has gone through. I've been myself part of a lot of discussions in between. And then, as Anand was mentioning, there's already a good amount of interest that is being shown by the people that Network AI team is talking to. This is great, which means that this model is a model that works actually. As we speak, there are 3 or 4 more such initiatives that we are undertaking, but that is for a different time. For now, very happy to be here, and I can't wait to see who the eventual winners are. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Nehanshu. Professor Dinesh and Mr. Katragada, this is something which we've been waiting to hear. The collaboration between industry as a whole, whether they are enterprises or startups, with academia. We would like to hear your views, why that is important and how that is beneficial for everyone.
Shall I go first? Dinesh here.
Please do so.
Okay. Hi, good evening all. Welcome to this facilitation ceremony. It was a great opportunity for IIM Bangalore to collaborate with NASSCOM and Network.ai team. So when they approached, I was really excited because AI is one of the focus areas for IIM Bangalore. So in 2010, we started data center and analytics lab, and 2011, we started a certificate program in business analytics and intelligence. And I guess the winners are from that program. So the 12th batch is, we are recruiting students for the 12th batch. And also we started last year MBA in business analytics. So it's one of the very important focus area for IIM Bangalore. And we have been working with a large number of companies, research projects, consulting projects, and we have large collection of case studies, about 38 at Harvard Business Publishing. And out of the 38, about 9 are bestsellers in Harvard's portal. So we are making good impact. And when we started this particular event, this particular problem, Datathon, the time was very difficult because that was the time when COVID was, the initial first wave of COVID was happening. We had a lot of interest from students for various reasons. Students had to drop out because of the time pressure and COVID-related issues and so on. But this team, I should appreciate their perseverance because in spite of all the difficulties they had at work, as well as managing the classes, managing the assignments, and so on, they have done a great job. And I think this solution, I remember meeting them twice. I advised them to keep it simple and scalable. Because at the end of the day, if the solution is not scalable, it may not be a successful solution, right? So solution itself is going to play a very, very important role for the startup ecosystem. And I'm happy that IIM Bangalore was part of this initiatives along with NASCOM and Network.ai. We would like to participate more in such event because academia provides that kind of deeper use or understanding of the concepts which can be applied when somebody is trying to create a solution like this. So with that, I'll just close my talk, and I'll probably come back if necessary later. Thank you all.
Thank you, sir. Mr. Katragada, please.
Sure. Thanks, Krishna. Thanks, Snehanshu. Happy to be here and really happy to welcome all the participants. So congratulations to all of you who participated, and bigger congratulations, of course, due to the efforts which are going to be recognized today as winners. And also thank all the jury and all the staff who has put this program together. And it's an important area. I am happy to be part of the Center of Excellence itself, the Data Science and AI Center of Excellence, which Snehanshu leads. I've seen the dedication with which Snehanshu, Madhav, and others really short-staffed, but want to make a big impact, and they have been doing so. Wanted to share with you a few thoughts, a few comments on AI and why it is even more relevant for the collaboration these times and around AI. So innovate to build, I think, is a fantastic concept. At the same time, I would say innovation is to build. Many people get confused between innovation and creativity and invention. Unless we take it to the market or put it to use, even if it is an academic use, it is not innovation. So hence, innovate to build is the message that everybody should get clear and loud. And in particular in AI, I think collaboration is very critical. Number one, because the data sets which are required to build very large impact products and services are open source. These include data such as ImageNet. We have used it for face recognition. You can put a transfer learning on top of that and recognize any face with one image. So there's no need to retrain the network. You use the vector produced by chopping of the last layer and you're set. That's because there is 3 million faces in the database on which, first of all, the database is there, and also there's a pre-trained network. All of you in the AI world know this, but that's not as simple and as irrelevant maybe as it sounds. It's a big deal because data and access to data was a competitive advantage large companies had. And now these aspects are open to students. These are open to startups as well. Another example with the COVID, we have COVID-X, COVID-CT, COVID-GR, various kinds of chest X-ray data, which is available to compare COVID kind of chest X-rays with pneumonia kind of chest X-rays and normal chest X-rays. So anybody with an ability to use neural networks or other AI techniques in an effective manner can actually make a contribution. And innovation comes in different places. How you train, how you prune the data, how do you add a certain level of manual effort at the end, because in the chase for automation, we don't want to lose the ability to get the right outcomes. Another example is open industrial data, which is there for industrial IoT. Many companies tried and failed with very, very large investments in industrial IoT. So I come from GE, where $7 billion were spent in Predix platform. But you name it, and there are cases of scarred big companies who went big, spent a lot of money for many years without testing the market, without accepting the internal feedback as well. And these are not the ways of building future companies, be it startups or enterprises. So collaboration is very critical in this area. Why I mentioned data is that that is no longer a proprietary or a competitive advantage for large companies to say it is because of this that we'll succeed. So we don't need academia, we don't need smaller companies. It's not only the data, the AI algorithms are also open source. The most latest ones are academic in nature. and they've kindly made it open source, which is very big in order to move the industry forward. And it has happened. We have taken advantage of algorithms which are out there. But we have done our bit. As a startup, what we did was we took algorithms which work on super resolution as an example, the ability to take an image and get it to a higher resolution. But we made it work on the edge, on low compute, on mobile phones, and even lower compute in industrial settings. To be able to do this with low power, low compute, and in real time is just a very difficult task. No large company will have the appetite to go and make it work across all the variations which are there on the edge. This is not something which you build once on a cloud and it works. And smaller companies have the appetite and hunger, so they will go after the diversity of the edge and make it work. We did. Neither can academia aim to do this. So startups have a role, academia has a role, and the use cases will come from the industry still. So like I mentioned before, many problems can be solved by transfer learning, but not all. So academia needs to continue to push the boundaries. So far, all the progress, majority of the progress on the algorithm side have come starting with Canada and moving to the US and Israel and maybe some in China. We have done some progress in India as well, but we can do much more. Those algorithm progress will not come from the industry, neither large nor small. They do not have the appetite. Unfortunately, I think large companies should have the appetite for that, but that's okay. I think it's great if we can make that progress in the academic world. I think from a collaboration standpoint, if anything COVID has taught us, if anything that comes good out of this, it would be humbleness. I think it is critical for every person in the ecosystem to be humble. It's not, I'm not saying that the larger companies are not humble, the academia is not humble, or the startups are more humble. Startups, in fact, some of the startups who get big funding for actually no good reason are not at all humble. I'll be the first one to accept. But the value will always come back and bite. So the story will always come back and bite. Rather than take credit which is not due, I think it's important to make progress for the good of humanity, good of your company and good of your employees in a humble way. And that will ensure that you will be successful always. Students will get real world problems. I think that is big deal for them. The students which were coming out of our universities were not work ready. So working on real world problems will make them work ready. From students, the industry can get the volume which is required to solve some of the problems in terms of trying out different solutions, putting a significant amount of compute resources, but the compute resources are leveraged by adequate number of people who are very smart and speak the language. The language is changing in the world in terms of GitHub and collaborations and so on and so forth. That language, of course, large companies and its employees have to learn, but the ones who are born natively to collaboration are there as a student. So I think that's important. Startups, you get a go-to-market with the collaboration, and what startups can give is structured nimbleness. It's very difficult for anybody else to be as nimble at the same time structured. So the academic world is not meant to be structured. You have to go and explore. The startups provide that nimbleness, but with a structure because they are hungry to show the value that they bring. Enterprises, of course, can provide data which they are eager to use to solve some of their bigger problems and move ahead in a more intelligent way. And in return, they will get solutions which can be provided through these collaborations. So I think the world definitely is changing. If not, it should change to be one which is continuously learning, to be one where the leader is a storyteller and an artist, to be one where collaboration is important and deep relationships are leveraged, but also leverageable weak ties become very important. It is moving to a one where everybody recognizes that we need to be connected with the planet and we are custodians and not owners. And from that standpoint, if we work together, we will be able to meet the challenges of the world, which are aplenty and need solutions on a very urgent basis. Thanks for doing this.
Thank you, sir. to just take it ahead a bit and explain what the founding team at Network.ai believed and wanted to do by this initiative. We felt like any startup team, there is no one person who contributes to everything. The startup founding team founder brings together the right kinds of sources and resources and makes it a success story. And when we came together, that is what we wanted the ethos to be as the values of Network AI. And that was one of the reasons we said this is not something, everything we will do ourselves. We will collaborate, we will cooperate, we will learn from industry, we will learn from academia. And we have a component where we want to give this as a real life problem and use the student community to solve that particular problem in a more effective way. They say, if you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, hold hands and go together. The journey is much more interesting and it's much more insightful. At Network AI, we also believe in the Indian ethos of Sarve Bhavantu Sukhinaha, which means everybody thrives, everybody benefits, everybody prospers. And that is what we also say in our tagline. You arrive on the Network AI platform, you hive together, and together we thrive. We don't prosper alone, we prosper together as an ecosystem. So I would now invite Shyam to explain in much more finer detail what this challenge was all about, what was the problem and what was the challenge which we gave to the students, and what was the contribution from the students. Thank you.
Thank you, Krishna. Good evening, everyone. So let me start with my personal experience first. So I always thought that IIM students are good in management stream and IIT students are good in technology and innovation. You know, maybe this was because of the fact that I myself is IIT alumnus and had this self-gratitude towards IIT and IIM. But after working with IIM teams in this project, my perception has changed completely. And now I know that IIM guys are equally good in technology and innovation as in management. And thanks to all the teams, IIM teams, helping us in the journey. In my opinion, I think this is the perfect example of objective-based and pragmatic collaboration between corporate world, a non-profit organization like NASSCOM, and a premium institution from India like IIM Bangalore. So with this, let me just talk a little bit about what the challenge was. So as you all know, Network.ai is a platform for the collaboration of startups, mentors, corporates, investors, investees, and so on. And hence we had a requirement to rank the startups, provide the matchmaking for various entities and projects, and so on. So our founder, Anand, had a vision to use technology to empower Network.ai platform instead of manual selection process, ranking, and so on. And that is how the inception of the idea of usage of AI to do this work for our platform. So I think I would call the AI engine is the brain behind Network.ai, our platform. And this will help us in automating the process, which would have taken much, much longer time and resources manually than what latest technology can do. So it's a brain behind Network.ai platform is what we have developed as part of this project. Now, let me just take you through the process of selection, what we have done for this project. So we started with the hackathon with an open invitation to all I2B teams, and 4 teams were selected in round 1. These teams were Team Vector, Team Alpha Reboot, Team KD, and Team 42. So based on initial submission by the 4 teams and initial reviews and internal scrutiny, we selected 2 teams for the final round, Alpha Reboot and Team KD. And that is when our journey started, and I would call it a little differently because we decided at this stage to have detailed collaboration between IIM Bangalore team, NASSCOM, and Network.ai. We took the onus along with NASSCOM to mentor the I2B teams in achieving the target in more pragmatic way. We had multiple sessions between I2B teams, NASSCOM teams, and our teams, and this helped us in achieving our target as well because we had a vision. We wanted to achieve AI, AI usage for our end objective, but we did not have detailed roadmap to go there. So as part of brainstorming sessions between different teams, we were able to detail out the requirement, solutioning, and towards the end objective. We had brainstorming section with Anand, Krishna, Sujay, NASSCOM teams, Madhav, Snehanshu, and of course I2B teams. This helped us in overall defining the requirement and detailing out the specifications required for the AI engine. I would like to call out specific student names here. In Team Alpha Reboot, we had great participation from Kalai, Pratyusha, Nirbal, and Jayashri. Similarly, we had a great contribution from Team KD, Sriram, and Komod. So thank you to you guys in helping us in triggering the idea, being catalyst behind all the challenging what we had internally, and this helped us in defining the specs and achieving the end objective what we wanted to achieve. And we also had great collaboration with the teams, not only on technical part, on overall journey. In fact, I would like to mention about one incident. At some point in time, Team KD was unable to move forward. Komod and Sriram will support me on that. So the reason was pragmatic reason because some of the team members in Team KD, could not continue due to their other commitments, professional and personal. So Team KD lost team members who were responsible for front end and APIs. So we had discussions internally, and we motivated the team to complete the backend development without front end and API, because the idea was to maximize the effort put by the students and leverage for our betterment of Network.ai. And Team KD reciprocated very well, and they completed the backend assignment on time. So again, thanks to Team KD for doing this for us and completing journey. So finally, we have selected the winner, and the criteria for winner selection is based on end delivery, model design, the algorithm tried by different teams, front end development for the parameters, and of course the APIs, because API will be used by our platform to integrate with the core platform and then deliver the end result to our customers, partners, and stakeholders. I feel proud to be part of this journey, and I look forward to working with students in future as well as part of other assignments. And all the best to you guys. All the best to you guys in your future endeavors. And thank you again. So yeah. So now I would like to invite Anand to offer a few word of appreciation and also announce the winners.
Yeah, thank you, Shyam. First of all, I thank NASSCOM team for putting this up. From the beginning, the whole collaboration and support that we got from NASSCOM was incredible. The whole concept of I2B, which I believe is going to extend further beyond what we have done with many more projects, and I sincerely hope that they become big successes in that sense. Also thank Professor Dinesh for providing this support towards the whole support on the platform with the teams and the collaboration that we could undertake. I had in fact spoken to another institution. I wouldn't name that, but the response, which was very tepid from them, the enthusiasm and briskness with which IMB took over this was fantastic. Yeah, thanks, Gopi, for very eloquent thoughts on AI and the industry input in terms of where it is going, what is the future, where are things working, where are things not working. You also mentioned about a tremendous amount of work from a monetary point of view, which people put, but the lack of pure passion only resulted in spend of those monies, but things did not, turn out the way they have to be turned out. There is a tremendous amount of passion in the startup world. Before I get on to the next level, I definitely want to introduce another eminent personality, and there are some connections that he would recognize. Pankaj is also here from Wells Fargo. Hi, Pankaj.
Okay, yeah, so I have to, yeah, I've opened my video now. Thank you. Great to be here, Anand.
Yeah, we sat down and had a great discussion. Now, I don't know how many hours we sat in a coffee shop some time ago and brainstormed about a lot of things. Pankaj, you should also be happy to know that Sriram is also part of this story and he's on the call. So I definitely wanted to put that connect.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah, because you guys go way long back in terms of your associations in that sense. Right. Hey, hi, Sriram.
Good to be here.
Yeah, looks like Sriram has an audio issue there. Yeah. So
this Sriram is a student Sriram. Probably
no, I meant Sriram.
Yeah, hi, good evening. I hope you're able to hear me. So wonderful to be with this very august gathering this evening, and great to see this collaboration between IIM Bangalore, NASSCOM, Network.ai, and the fructification of some excellent ideas and thinking here. So thanks, and feels wonderful to be a part of this story.
Yeah. In very brief terms, let me put forth the idea as to why this whole journey started for me and then for everybody else who joined into this endeavor. I work with coming back from Middle East and focusing on farming and some book writing that I did. The main purpose to come back to a very small town was to work with startups. There are a great amount of startups here coming out of North Karnataka, and my endeavor was to provide that support to these startups who lack that support. Startups in big cities get a lot of support, but this part of the world, they hardly get any support. So that was the whole idea. I spent a lot of time, and that opened my eyes in terms of the potentials in terms of the startup world, what we have and what we do not have, right? And what we do not have has led to this endeavor of ours to provide a platform which translates into showcasing of great talent that startups have, the great passion that they have, and for us to be able to rate and rank that passion and talent, not just the visible numbers that you can see on their balance sheets, right? So that was the whole idea. That germ which started ended up my visit to NASSCOM, and what can I say? The first 2 minutes of discussion, we were already whiteboarding with Snehanshu. It doesn't happen many times in your life, right? This is like a one-time phenomena. You just enter a room, we pick up the discussion, have a glass of water, and then straight get on to whiteboarding this. Yeah, and that is the time when the whole conversation about AI came, and that is the starting point of the whole story. And Snehanshu was very quick in articulating that something is germinating in his mind, and he said he will put some structure to it, and that is where this whole I2B thought came out. And I'm glad that it turned out to be the way it turned out. Right? Thanks, Snehanshu, for pulling that through out of your hat, literally out of your hat. In a very casual meeting that we had, it turned out to be a very serious discussion in the end. Right now, with the entire process that we had, the amount of involvement that the teams had, Kalai, Pratosha, Jayashree, Nirmal, Kamud, and Shriram Subramani, there's already money in his name, right? Hope that translates into some monies for us also when time comes. So the entire exercise with both the teams was phenomenally involved, in the sense everybody, right from the first call, the depth at which the discussion took, the whole concept from our side saying we are leaving the whole thought process of development and designing on innovation. I mean, there were no gatekeeping that we had put up in the entire discussion right from beginning. And the teams picked up the theme. They did their own development. I can tell you that there are 2 products that we have on table today. Both look different in their approach. Both are interesting, and both are as effective in terms of what they would want to deliver. It's a brilliant product that they have developed. I am extremely glad that we did this. The other way we could have done this is to box ourselves in, put some developers in, and work on some ideas. But I would say we would have had 2 minds or 3 minds to work with. But we had, at a time, we had around 16 minds to work on this. That is the whole concept of innovation. That there are a lot of guys sitting in a room, trying to work on a solution, and may the best solution win. And truly, yes, may the best solution win. Right. So we've got 2 teams, Alpha Reboot and Team KD. From a solution point of view, both are extremely interesting. Both are extremely interesting. The methodologies are different, but the delivery of the product or the end result is very interesting, right? So somewhere in our minds, there might be a point of convergence of these 2 ideas into one. So that is the 3rd step of innovation that we want to take for ourselves when we do this, right? So without delay, I would like to announce the winner of this particular. It is a contest in that sense, a hackathon. There were 2 teams. Both the teams, from a solution point of view, were very good. Team dynamics were very good. The questions were great, and the ideas were great. The only reason why team number 1 won the first prize is because they completed the entire project with the both front end and back end in terms of APIs, and that is Alpha Reboot. Alpha Reboot is the first winner, right? And Team KD, yeah. While the solution is brilliant and fantastic, the only reason why they are the runners-up is because the delivery of the APIs, which was lacking in the system. That's it, and that was the only reason. There's no other reason. If there was API within the system, they would be absolutely neck to neck, and Sham and the team would have found it very difficult to bifurcate between both the teams, right? Then we would have made probably joint winners or something like that, right? But Team KD, runners up, great job, team. Yeah, I would open up the forum to the team members from both Alpha Reboot and Team KD to throw out some thoughts that comes to your mind.
Yeah, Team Alpha Reboot and Team KD, please share your learnings and experience. We would love to hear that.
It would be nice to have your cameras be turned on also, just to create an association with the names. That's the look of the winners. Wonderful.
So somebody needs to talk.
Yeah, maybe I can start. This is Komod from Team KD. I just wanted to thank NASCOM, Network AI, and IIM Bangalore for this competition. It was great learning and collaboration. And I think when we want to learn, I think we want to collaborate, and that's where the success is there. Probably winning competition might be one thing, but I think the process we followed was great. And I also wanted to thank Sriram, who has been a great support and motivator. I think when we were down, I think we started off with 5 team members and we were just left with 2. I think we always spoke of that, just being there as a part of the competition and learning and collaborating, I think was the core thing that we wanted to do. But thanks to God, I think we also stood competitive in this setup. So it was great. And Professor Dinesh, I think I would be short of words of the kind of learning that I had from him, and IIM Bangalore. It was just awesome. I am also glad to see Pankaj here because I've been a part of Wells Fargo. Maybe he wouldn't probably recognize, but I know of what he does here, and probably he'd be happy, seeing me here as well. And just for Pankaj, I work with Sidhu, in the cybersecurity risk.
See you here, Komod. So nice
Yeah.
to see you.
Yeah, so and for all the learning that I've had at IIM Bangalore, I've been able to apply it my organization into cybersecurity risk analytics, which is so great. I just want to thank all of the people who stayed competitive. Corona world was probably so difficult matching up office, work, college. It's so difficult. I think kudos that people were able to, at least stay in this competition. I think that is probably the first thing I would like to thank them. Probably this is what I want to say. And thanks so much that you were a part of this event.
Congrats.
Thanks, Mohammed. One thing I want to talk about, I forgot to mention, this is very important, is that the biggest takeaway for all the team members is going to be, the name that you take along, with network.ai. So rest assured, we are always going to be there with regards to references. You guys have worked hard with us, very long with us. So at any given point in time, the biggest asset that you can carry is the goodwill of a company like network.ai and its participants, all of us. Number one. Number two, all of you guys will be part of the network.ai story wherever we put up on the website and stuff like that, saying the contributors of this particular thing that we did with AI on the platform is by these team members. So that is always going to be there. So that is the biggest thing that you can carry along apart from the prize money and stuff like that.
I see the students are quite shy, both in speaking and in switching on their video. What I can assure you is we are not going to do any face recognition scanning and voice recognition and use any AI tools. So please feel free to share your experiences.
Sure, myself, Kalarasan. I'm from Alpha Reboot team actually. So this is a great opportunity which we work in this datathon, and there are a lot of challenging work which we have done, like data collection and preparation, designing and implementing the solution. Actually, it would have not been possible without the team members. Surely, I especially thank to them as well, Nimal, Pratusha, and Jayashree. This datathon which we have started around near middle of the pandemic, actually, I would say. So team members are very cooperative and then they are collaborative as well. So we would able to complete this solution, and especially we thank the network AI team and the members who answer our questions, and whenever we reach out to them and then we get a prompt answers from them, that helped us to complete the solution properly. Thank you very much to everyone, and special mention as thanks to Professor Dinesh for mentoring us.
Thank you, Kalai. Thank you.
After Kalai, it's me, Pratosha. I would like to add a few words here. So first of all, I would like to thank my fellow teammates because we've never met in person, but still we would stay up after work from 10 in the night to maybe 1 or 2 in the morning and, work. And also our families have been extremely supportive throughout this entire journey. So I would first like to thank Nirmal, Jayashree and Kalai for giving them time and also sharing all the knowledge they have. IMB has given us a great platform. Dinesh sir has always guided us and been very supportive. All the knowledge that we learned in class, I think that's really helped us, do this project today. So thank you, NASCOM, and thank you, Network AI, for always supporting us with our queries, providing us materials and resources. So whatever we have achieved today is because of you all. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Prakash.
I think you guys are ready for the Oscars. You do such a good job.
Right.
This is Sriram. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Sriram from Team KD. I would like to start with my views on the uniqueness of this project, actually. So typically the kind of problems we come across, right, in datathons, hackathons, it's like you have some organization who come with a predefined problem statement and a scope, and where the participants get to solve that problem. This project was different in the sense that it was going one level further, and it was trying to build an ecosystem. I mean, so that is something which was very appealing to me since the beginning, and it kind of brought in that additional excitement since the time we started looking into this project. The mission and vision what the project as such provides or has, it's much wider. The reach is much wider, and the reach is much wider. So that was those were the like really the exciting elements of this project. So it has always been sorry, it has always been exciting, and as spoken about the constraints what we had as far the delivery is concerned, we did have those constraints, but finally the perseverance what we had. I mean, I still remember the time very frequently I and Kaumod used to discuss. I mean, are we really getting there? I mean, the challenges which were posed by the constraints what we had was really questioning our capacity to deliver. So we are already there, but not there yet kind of situation. But still we persisted with that, and thanks to Kaumod for actually sticking together, I would say. So that really, that perseverance really helped in pulling this through. And also special thanks and mention about Sujay and Shyam in particular. So the kind of flexibility and support what they had provided throughout it was amazing. I mean, so whenever we faced with these kind of challenges, for example, when talked about the resource constraint. Shyam's input was, I mean, you want to do it incrementally. Okay, let's do it incrementally. And I still remember the time during the initial days when he said that technology should not be a barrier for you people. I mean, you want to do it on AWS, go ahead and do it. You want to do it on Google, go and do it on Google. So that consideration was really good, and also the support in resolving our queries in a timely manner. So all that has helped a lot in making it a success. So I would like to personally thank all of them, and also AAMB and Network AA and NASSCOM in providing this opportunity, and we really look forward to continuing this journey.
Yeah, no, very well said, Sriram. I think going forward also throughout your life, probably you'll remember this one project which you worked under a lot of constraints. At some point of a time, you'd have thought, oh, we may not be able to deliver this and stuff like that. But the way you pulled it through, probably that is the story that you will carry pretty long into your career. So there would be questions sometime in some company, in some interview, people might ask, talk about some difficult project that you undertook. Maybe this will come up as a story at that point of a time, saying how you mustered courage to work under constraints but still delivered what you had to deliver. Same is Alpha Reboot with COVID and people all over the place. As Pratosha mentioned, you guys have never met each other, but then to be able to pull the team together for such an important project and work and collaborate and deliver, that is also a story that probably you will carry throughout your life, I guess.
Yes, absolutely. And one additional mention I should make: the mission and vision of this project. It kind of closely aligns with the Make in India initiative, what
Absolutely.
our government has rolled out. And because there are so many startups which are like hidden gems in our country,
Yes.
which have not been brought to the foreground. And this platform really enables in bringing them to the fore.
Yes.
So it's a really good initiative. I would like to personally appreciate the mission and vision, the thought process behind all that.
Yes.
Thank you.
So hi guys, Nirmal here. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So first of all, I would like to thank the NASSCOM team and the Network AI team, and of course DCAL IIM Bangalore for putting this together and giving us the opportunity to solve a real life use case using analytics and AI, what we have been learning in the BAI batch. And I want to especially thank to Professor Dinesh, who gave us direction and gave us required mentoring of how we can effectively use analytical techniques to kind of proceed and build an efficient recommendations engine. Also, I'm really grateful to our team, Alpha Reboot, Jayashree, Pratosha, and Kalai. I would say that this was kind of our dream team. We worked so hard, and each of us was so positive. And every time we used to sit almost regularly to kind of discuss and proceed in our task. We had this calendar booked for ourselves to work on this project every day almost. And talking about the problem statement, it was one of the best problem statements till now, because we are just learning, all of us are learning. So it kind of gave us all of the we kind of ended up covering all of the aspects of analytics, from starting with building web crawlers for data collection to kind of defining the approach and algorithm, which Dinesh sir helped us in that. And finally developing a front end tool, as well as deploying the overall solution in AWS. So it kind of gave us a full-fledged experience of building a product as well as analytical solution. We of course faced a lot of challenges in terms of data collation with respect to data ambiguity, model building, making everything dynamic, and deploying in everything. But with the collaborative efforts of of the team, we were able to finally overcome all the challenges and help Network AI build a great product. So thanks a lot for all that.
Yeah, thank you, Never. Thank you. Brilliant thoughts.
Hi everyone, I'm Jayashree from Team Alpha Reboot. So Network AI team, thank you so much for this opportunity, because this was more like a live project that goes in hand with our academics, and we were so fortunate to participate in this. And my heartfelt thanks to Dinesh sir, because you were there, like whenever we needed help, you were always there with, even though you had a very tight schedule. And then I'd like to thank my team. And honestly, I don't think we would have got a better team than this, because initially I was feeling a little insecure because I was new to Python and I started coding after 7 years. That was a huge break for me. But still, my team were able to be very supportive, and that mutual respect that showed me all along, and that is something that I really appreciate them about, and that actually gave me the confidence to go on with this project. And that is something that I'm very thankful about for having this team. And then to now that I look back, I think overall, more than we learned what all works, we actually learned a lot that which wouldn't work. And I think that is the steepest learning curve that we would have got in this short period of time. And we are actually very thankful for that. And then thanks to my family, because I have an 1-year-old daughter, and you could imagine how sneaky she gets to touch the keyboard just because she noticed ABCD there, and there is a data pre-processing is running for too long hours. And she does give me panic attacks during those times. But yeah, I think my family was very supportive, especially during the long coding hours. And yeah, and also congrats to Team KD. You guys did really great as well. Yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you, Jayashree.
Thank you, Jayashree.
We could hear the 1-year-old already in the background.
Yeah.
Okay. If I were students, I would have also asked, show me the money, give me the Oscar. I understand it's a virtual event. We would have loved to host a physical event and felicitate you in person, in front of other external audiences also. We definitely foresee that happening in the next couple of months, how the pandemic situation improves. We'll definitely do that. Anand, our founder, will transfer the cash prizes into your respective bank accounts immediately after the this event is over. I would like to thank all the participants. Without you, this felicitation would not have happened. Unless you ran the race, the person cannot award the medal, right? So you guys put in that effort and participated in that race, and that is very important. I also like to thank once again Professor Dinesh, the NASSCOM team. We also have another set of guests, team from Spring Up Capital, Santosh and his team. Thank you for taking time and attend this event. Once again, thank you everyone, and Sunil Bhai for gracing this occasion. Thanks a ton.
Congrats.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you so much. Have a great evening. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Thanks and well done.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you all.
Bye.
Thanks. Bye.
Thank you.